Hey, what's happening? So this is Eddie. This is Spirit of Truth, our first podcast, right? Recording at the TGI Now Studios with John. John came up with a great idea. How just the two of us could just come together and just like a lot of times after we work out in the mornings. This is Wednesday morning, so a lot of times after we get out of the workout, we always have this great conversation, and we always said that we're going to put it out there. So let's put it out there.
The Spirit of Truth.
Yeah.
I was like, I got a good idea. Spirit of Truth. So it's Spirit of Truth with John and Eddie, the preacher and the minister of truth.
And the minister of truth. So
that's our. We were launching that because we want to talk about stuff that's current, that's updated right now. Like we were just talking about the whole thing with Tucker Carlson going to Twitter, which I was saying that he might go to Rumble, but I think Twitter makes the most sense because that's where the most of the truth is, the Spirit of Truth. So we're going to get that out there, and I think he's going to be able to red pill a lot of people that watched failing Fox News and the fake media and the tell lies to your vision, that now they can tune into Twitter.
The good thing too, if you think about it this way, Elon Musk is like he's been trying to promote this truth. I mean, whatever you think about Elon, I mean, he's kind of suspect, but. Right now, he's serving his purpose, right? So I think that if Tucker gets there, because Twitter is more of a 34 to like 23 to 34 audience, which is a younger audience.
Yeah.
So Elon, and I'm sure Tucker sat down and said, listen, I need to bring this up because Elon lost a lot of money when he bought fucking Twitter, lost billions. So this will be an opportunity for Elon and also for Tucker. Tucker could speak his truth because I'm sure he made it clear to Elon, if I sign on for the $300 million, I'm going to have to be able to have full reign of free speech. So I'm sure Elon said, you got it. And that's what's going to bring an audience.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, just a little bit of things I heard Tucker say before he got fired, about 9/11 and Building 7 and the things that I can't say on TV. Like he even just came out with a video telling he was going to be on Twitter, and he was talking about like there's things that they just tell me I can't say. And he started to question, like, why can't I say that? Like, what's the big deal? So now he can go say it. So talk about red pilling people,
Yeah. So I mean, you always talk about like an audience, right? And that's what we're building. We're trying to build an audience, right? So this is part of the TGI Now podcast, right? So this is just an outskirt of it. So you're going to see it and the Spirit of Truth, but. So plug into our TGI Now podcast. It's a longer podcast. Rondell normally sits here, so I feel a little awkward that I'm sitting here. You guys get to see my face. Right. But anyway, plug into that because that's how we let our voice out. So Tucker, having a large audience like Twitter, is going to be able to speak his truth. Yeah, no. I mean, which is fucking badass, bro, if you think about it. Because like an audience like us, I was really not into Twitter. It was never really my thing.
Same
I was a little, now I've been more into it, because of Megan, because I follow Megan on Twitter.
Megan Walsh.
So, Megan Walsh. So I've been more into Twitter now, and I got to tell you now, Tucker being there, it's going to be awesome.
Right, I know, I agree. I mean, I've never had Twitter. I've always stayed away from Twitter, and I mean, I still look at videos on Twitter. I see things that come across my feed on social media or whatever. But I just think it's a great thing. I'm not going to run to Twitter because of it, but I think it's a great thing. I see it as another step in the Great Awakening, another step in the awakening process of people that are still on the fence about what's going on in the world and why things are the way they are, and that everything is a lie and everything's been flipped upside down. And then we want to know the truth. And that's when I came up with the idea, like Spirit of Truth. Truth comes from spirit. It comes from your spirit. It comes from within, not out there. The TV and all that, it doesn't come from out there. That's not the truth. The truth comes within, so then you resonate with the truth. And people resonated with Tucker on TV. Now imagine what they're going to do on Twitter. They're really going to resonate with him now.
That's good because I got to tell you, Tucker... the only show I watched on Fox was Tucker, and my wife like Life, Liberty, and Levin.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing we ever watched on Fox. We don't watch Fox anymore. Mm-hmm. Now my wife listens to Life, Liberty, and Levin on podcast. So, because he speaks a lot more truth on his podcast.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Same with Bongino and all those guys.
I think what happened with Tucker, right, was that remember, right before the whole thing happened. He brought in, he brought in Trump,
and Elon.
Bobolinsky, Elon. He brought in all these people exposing all this. Mm-hmm. I mean, Pfizer, whatever you may think, has their hands on Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So what the fuck are you doing allowing this guy to speak? You want to get paid? Get him the fuck out. and they got him out.
Yeah,
and then they're trying to fucking badmouth him, putting like his, what he said about women.
Yeah.
Bro, nobody gives a fuck.
No.
You know what I mean? Like I saw today a clip on President Trump how he said I grab her in the pussy, whatever. You know what I mean? Nobody gives a fuck, bro.
No.
You know what I mean? Really, it's all bullshit.
It
you know?
is. It's all.
I mean, they're trying to destroy people who speak truth.
Yeah.
Tucker, President Trump. All these people who speak truth. Look, they even canceled us from YouTube a couple of times. So YouTube, if you're listening, don't cancel these. We're not saying anything that you don't want to hear. Like the fucking,
Well,
that shit.
Like you said, you get targeted. I got fired from a job for speaking my truth at the fucking school board meeting. So I mean, I got canned. They put me on the paper. I mean, just a little old somebody like me in this town that's been an advocate in this town. And next thing you know, I'm on the front page being a bully. How did I become a bully all of a sudden?
That's when our friendship started, and I remember you had said they wanted you to take a picture, and they wanted you to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And you said, "No, thank you.
No, yeah.
I will not go." And they told you not to show up.
Yeah.
They told you
not
don't
to come. Don't come to the meeting.
Don't come to the meeting.
Yeah.
Because we want you to wear a mask, and because you refused, because that was already a year after the bullshit.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was
no
May
one's
of
wearing
21.
masks.
Yeah.
It's fucking Florida too, and we stopped wearing it after 2 weeks. A lot of people. So here they're telling you. You said, "Fuck you." A week after that, you speak up at the school board meeting, right? And you fucking get canned.
And I'm out just like that, gone just like that. I mean, that's what they do. And I'm just a parent, a taxpayer, speaking my truth. And the next thing you know, I'm on the front page, and then everybody knows about it.
But what did it do? It encouraged us to fucking do a podcast and speak our truth.
It sure did. It sure did. That's what exactly.
Truth, exactly. So this thing with Tucker, I'm kind of glad, bro, that he went to Twitter.
Yeah.
Because I think Elon's just trying to bring a different platform for both sides.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm sure Democrats can say what the fuck they want too, So it's a matter of freedom of speech, Listen, I'm a firm believer of freedom of speech, whatever you think. I mean, if you're a liberal and you're good people, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Straight up. I mean, you may have a different way of thinking. My sister, who I adore more than anything in the world, my sister, besides my wife and my children, is special, but she's a liberal.
Yeah,
she voted for Biden, and she'll vote for him again.
Good for her.
You know what I mean? But
if he's even around by then.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, though? Doesn't change my love for my sister. So I just want to put that out there, that people think that us on the right hate y'all on the left. Not true. You guys hate us. You guys try to destroy us, with lies and fucking AI and manipulation and all this bullshit.
Censorship and misinformation.
Censorship, freedom of speech, shut the fuck up. You're speaking your truth. People don't need to hear that. People don't need to hear that. What the fuck is that? Fuck you.
Well, the craziest part about when I got fired from the job at the chamber was that that was more of they're a liberal organization, right? I was more liberal. I wasn't as conservative as I am now, but I was still in the middle, and they still didn't care. Like they didn't want get my view on things. Like, oh, well, why did you go to the school board meeting, John? Well, because I don't want kids wear a muzzle and get mental health problems. They don't ask you why you're speaking your truth, why you're so devout in saving and protecting children. They don't ask the questions.
That
they
makes
just
no
attack.
sense. You want to know something?
Selective outrage.
Every time you mention children, look, I was a victim of sexual abuse, and I tell you that it took me a long time to get over that. And these kids are being fucking traded, are being fucking, you guys really got to see what's going on. Open up your fucking eyes. Like John said, on yesterday's podcast, he said, telling lies to your television. It's lying to you, man. Fucking look at it and say, is this truth? Or are they lying to me? Really look at it. Don't look at it one way and say, they're telling the truth, the other people are telling lies. They're both telling lies.
Yeah. Well, it's
both sides.
It's easier to be deceived than to admit that you've been deceived. That's what it comes down to. People don't want to admit that they've been duped. They don't want to admit that they've been bamboozled. They don't want to admit that they've been hoodwinked. They don't want to admit it. They don't want to sit back and go. And I get it, because I felt that way before when I was waking up and I was listening to Alan Watts videos and he talking about early awakening. And you if you're really ready to awaken, then you need to be able to handle the truth. You need to be able to handle things that are lies that you thought were true.
I always think of Jack Nicholson when you say that. You can't handle the truth. And you want to know something again?
Hard.
Telling lies to your vision. We talk about shows a lot of times, and John always told me, like I told John, I was a big movie buff, and he said there was a reason for that, Eddie. Because I look at movies now and I see how they telling us the truth. Look, AI, the Terminator. Think what you think. I'm fucking nuts, right? Whatever. AI, this shit with fucking what you just mentioned. All this stuff, man, was already fucking being told to us. You know what I mean? So we have to look at it as like, fuck, like Jack Nicholson, you can't handle the truth. He's telling you that you can't handle the truth.
Yep.
The truth is that our country is being fucking destroyed deliberately,
From within.
right? From within. We're being eaten from within, almost like a fucking
like a virus.
like a virus. You know what I mean? Eating you from inside.
Parasite.
True story.
Yeah, parasite.
And we spoke about being vigilant yesterday. Continue to be vigilant, because let me tell you something. We are under attack, regardless of what you may think. I'm not telling you to live in fear. Live in love, right? Because love overrides fear.
Mm-hmm.
But be vigilant and be fucking awake to know that right now people like Tucker he's going on Twitter. Let's see what happens. Let's see his truth.
See what happens.
We got to see, because we could all be excited and he could fucking be bored too. Because let me tell you, man, one thing about television that I've noticed, no matter who's on it, you have that audience, you have power.
Yeah.
And power can be dangerous.
No, that's what it is. It's all about power. It's really not about the money. It's about the power. It's even in the movie Scarface, he said it about once you get the money, then you get the power. He says that too. It's like the power is what they love. It's the power of control over the people, over the masses. They love it. They love to see them just go wear their mask down the street and go do this and go get your 5th shot and all that. They love that. They want you to do that. They want to take you out. It's a war for the soul. It's a battle for people's souls. That's really what it comes down to, and you have to live
which
in
is
truth.
very sad.
It is very sad.
And they're attacking our children, your children,
These kids are
really,
addicted to the phone.
You need to start paying more attention to what your kids are doing on the phone, where they're low, share. I mean, look, if you're paying the bill, you have every right to look at their phone. No passcodes. And if they have one, you know it, right?
Yeah.
Because you want to know what your kids are looking at. You want to know what your kids are being, because a lot of the stuff that the kids are watching on these phones, and I see they spend a lot of time in front of it, they're being manipulated. Mm-hmm. So you have to really watch your kids and probably even take out a fucking board game. I mean, we used to do that. We used to play Scrabble.
Yeah.
And we loved it. You know what I mean? Take out a board game with your kids. Things have changed.
Well,
where kids are playing video games. But even if you play a video game with your kid, it doesn't have to be online. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can just play a video game. Me and my kids used to play Mortal Kombat when it first came out. Yeah, it wasn't an online game.
No,
it was just us kicking each other's ass.
Well, I've noticed that once that whole online thing came, like Xbox Live, I noticed it's like, wow, you can just play with anybody anytime you want. You don't need any friends. You can just sit in your room and play with some guy in Australia. And I was like, holy shit.
Pervert, fucking jerking off on you.
You have no idea.
And he told you he's 12, and he fucking goes to a private school.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that, and I was okay with it because I was like, oh, that's technology. Technology's evolving. Oh, well, that'd be great if I was able to sit in the basement and play with somebody across the country. That'd be cool. I don't have to go find a friend to come play with me. But then you realize it's been psychologically
what's happening
manipulated.
with these kids is that they're also not becoming. They're having social disorders.
They're not going outside. They're socially awkward.
Social media is creating social disorder.
Yeah.
So that they don't know how to communicate with people on a one-to-one basis or with people. They know how to communicate online.
Well, like with the whole social distancing, they said it was social distance, stay 6 feet apart. Well, no, that social distancing is an oxymoron. You can't be social and be distant at the same time. You can't. So everything's backwards. Everything's flipped upside down. So then you're like,
backwards world. We spoke about that yesterday.
Yeah, how can you be social and be distant at the same time? It's impossible. And then, but people fell for it. Oh, we got to safely distance. Okay, great. Now I can't talk to somebody. This is stupid.
No,
Yeah, that's what happened. So that's what they was all by design too. Follow the arrow down the fucking thing to go one way in the grocery store. People did it, and the powers that be, whether you want to call them whatever they are, entities, whatever, spiritual beings that are creating this manipulating this matrix. They've watched us do it. We fell into it.
Hey, listen, the Bible speaks about it, right? The Bible in the book of Ephesians speaks that our battle is not against flesh and bones, but against principalities in the air, spiritual beings, look, regardless of what you believe, you know what I mean? There's stuff going on out there, regardless of what you believe. If you think it's a human, then think it's a human, but something is happening.
Yeah.
We believe and we kind of know it's spiritual.
Yeah.
It's a spiritual battle going after your soul.
Yeah.
They want your soul.
They want your soul. They want your soul because human beings have emotions,
right.
and
because
that's what
remember,
they want.
the Bible says that we're not living beings; we're living souls.
Yes.
Our soul is what lives on. It's the energy. It's our source. Is what brings out the vibration. It's our soul.
Exactly.
It's our spirit. It's what's inside of us. If they get that, and they're doing it with our kids, with this here, this here is what's fucking destroying our fucking our generation.
We're spiritual beings having a human experience. That's what I used to tell Quinn all the time when I started to wake up. We're infinite energy having this human experience in this body. This is our vessel. We have to take care of the vessel. That's why they poison us with the sky, with spraying the sky and the water and the food. They want you to be fat. They want you to be just lethargic. They want you to just sit there on the couch and just watch TV and go, just believe everything they tell you on the televisor vision. That's all. It was all by design. It's all part of the plan. You know, it's
true story.
But you have to recognize it, and it's free will choice whether you decide to do it or not. Whether you're going to sit on the couch and eat the nachos and tell the lies to your vision and watch it, or you're going to go be out in nature.
I bring out the Bible a lot because I've studied a lot of the Bible.
No way, dude.
A little bit.
Get out of here.
So one of the things the Bible says is that being that our struggle is against flesh and blood, but it also says stuff like be watchful. It gives you warnings. There's a lot of things in there if you really dig into it, man. That speaks about life. So
it's all coming to fruition.
It's all coming to fruition.
Everything you talk about in the Bible, everything I've learned about, everything I've seen, all the videos that I watch, all the people say the same thing, that it's coming to a head, that it's biblical. It's like the Red Sea moment that we're going to have. We're going to be at the precipice of the Red Sea.
Precipice.
And we're going to be backed up against the wall, and then Pharaoh's army is going to take us, like we're infiltrated from within, and we have no other thing but to do, and all of a sudden the Red Sea is going to open up, and you're going to be like, holy shit, like
the new world.
The new world, exactly. So it's all playing itself out.
Yeah.
We just have to be vigilant, like you said, and be awake and aware of what's going on, and don't fall into the trap.
Woke, but awake.
Awake and aware.
Woke.
Yeah, just be
woke is a word that the enemy brought about to manipulate you. Think that you're already awake.
You're with it. You're with it. Like Rondell said last night.
You're with that bullshit.
Woke is a joke. You're with it. You're with it. And I love the way he explained it. That was you guys will catch that podcast coming out today.
Yeah, it's coming out today.
So Wednesday at 4:20. It's a good one.
This one will probably come out later on tonight. But so listen, so this is our first one.
Yep.
We're gonna try to keep it short, under 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like we said, just something that you guys could just dig us. But we normally speak up after the gym. We just finished working out. So we're staying vigilant.
Yeah, trying.
We're gonna go shooting.
We trying.
Yeah, we're gonna go shooting soon. Take our guns out and do some shooting.
Practice.
Yeah, just because you got to be vigilant, you got to be prepared. And July 1st, Florida becomes a Second Amendment state, so it's freedom of carrying your weapon. So, have that freedom, be careful out there, you know what I mean? But now the thief is going to be careful too.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, God bless y'all, man. Take care, y'all.
All right, stay human, guys. Spirit of truth. Here we are.
You got to say it. Love, peace, chicken grease. We out. Love you, Rondell.